Hi everyone, I'm Ivy Russell. I'm the CEO and founder of Maya. Thank you everyone for listening and coming in, and I'm grateful to Spring and EMK for having us. So as my colleague explained, I'm the founder of Maya. It's basically a messaging platform which I'll take you through. But more importantly, I just wanted you to understand that today's conversation is just about my experience and how I thought it could be different, or how it could help people to do things better in their future, endeavorship and entrepreneurship. So we all know Bangladesh, it's not always easy to ask for help, particularly for women, and particularly for the regions of Bangladesh and our neighboring countries. So what we did was, we also know about the barriers, that there are so many barriers for people to go and ask for advice, particularly being out of reach. Experts such as doctors, counselors, they're really expensive to reach. But more importantly, there's a lot of stigma to go and access these experts, because you don't really necessarily want to talk about some personal issues and issues that are happening in your mind that you don't want to tell other people. So one of the statistics that we feel is important to highlight is, 87% of Bangladesh's women are in some way abused. But sadly, 67% of them don't want to do anything about it. So that's where we felt like there's so many barriers to entry in terms of accessing expert advice. What can we do, and how did I start? So I'm not gonna bore you with the journey of Maya, because Fahad and everyone's saying that we have to talk about the failure stories and what we have learned. But Maya's anonymous messaging service connects people to experts by being completely accessible from anywhere. It's stigma-free and it's personalized. And these are some of the examples, as you can see, that people have asked through our app. The reason I'm highlighting this is because we've made it now very easy for our users to just come and ask a question. It's almost WhatsApp-like, it's almost very messaging-like, chat-like. But what I wanted to highlight here, as Mansoor Bhai was saying, making this easy was hard for Maya. It was hard for Maya, hard for my team. How did we do this? What we did was, when we were website-based, we took really long to execute on the app. We sucked at execution and overall failed to bring out the app on time. What happened as a result? We suffered in our metrics, in our targets. Jeta holo je amra onek time nichilam to make it very perfect, wanted to learn, but at the end we didn't go fast enough to build the prototype and go to market fast to understand the product market fit. So shekhane amra onek time niye niyechi. So one of the learning for my team and myself is, maybe don't take that long. Go to the market with your basic prototype and just see what traction you get. Now what do we have? We have an amazing platform, or we'd like to think it's amazing, where the answers are given by experts and AI. And as a result, what we're doing, we're sitting on our endless data, which is helping us to dig deeper into our user behavior, and as a result, learn a lot about their interest and intent. The second failure thing I want to discuss is, of course, focus. We all know how important it is to focus. But I think when I first started, and this is an example of our offline activation, but ekhane apnara dekhben je amader offline activation is very clear in the sense that it's showing an expert advice, be it mental or physical. It's showing that it's counseling and it's online and it's e-digital or digital based. But when we started, we were not focused at all. So from building the website to the on-demand network of experts to doing the PR, marketing, everything was done with very limited resources. Ekhono amader limited resources. I'm still hiring if you guys are interested. But initially, we were not focused in the sense that our service was touching on various subjects such as legal, medical, mental health, even finance and career. What happened? Why did it happen? Because we just didn't have the hearts to turn away people. So domestic violence theke legal issue diye question jigesh korto, we would answer that. When someone would ask about financial or educational help, we would do that. And then at that time, 10% of our queries formed the legal questions, which was a big part of our consultations. But we learned that the legal questions were taking too long to answer. The experts were expensive, and most importantly, users didn't have those questions every day of the week or every month. But physical questions, pregnancy related, menstruation related, mental health questions were very sticky. So why not focus on sticky users and go after the non-sticky users? So there was our focus not being in the right place, and we learned it the hard way that we need to focus. Now, 70% of our queries are physical health related, and 30% of our queries, majority being mental health, and the last bit is lifestyle. So we think we've found our focus, but within that, there's a lot of more key areas to focus on. Since I've talked about 2 big failures for Maya, and my team, amazing team here would accept that, that's Naima and Sadman there. I think it's important to understand that besides failure, what has made me realize? It has made me realize that it's okay to ask for help. Why is it? Because then you surround yourself with great people, as I said, my team, and you surround yourself with great advisors who can pull you out of it. This is a picture of our head of care, Dr. Shaila. I realized that the more and more, initially another failure of mine was I used to think that my team always needs me. I have to be there for them. It's actually far from it. Dr. Shaila is much more capable of delivering digital well-being consultations than I ever will be. So when we started hiring people like her, beautiful and magical things started happening. If you surround yourself with a great team, they will delegate, and once they start delegating and you start producing beautiful things, you can then just go to your network of advisors and start taking your business to the next level. And that's what's happening to me right now. I feel I have a great team in place, and I'm still hiring, as I said, but it's now giving me more time to go and perhaps fundraise for my company and do more PR for my company, things that I would love doing. So that's where I am in terms of, and then we feel that it's okay to fail. So having shared my failure story, I actually personally failed to understand this really important principle, which is, as I said, it's okay to fail. But I came from a very structured background, which is investment banking / investment finance, more particularly focused in hedge funds, where if you miss a zero, you're most likely to get fired or in the verge of it. So failure is not seen as something forgiving. But guess what? Failure is forgiving in the entrepreneurship world. If you fall, you can get up. And this important aspect, failure consists of, success consists of a series of failures, is important to understand. So after running Maya as a blog for several years while I was working full-time in London, I felt like we got the BRAC investment, and overnight I became a CEO. No one really taught me how to be a good CEO, but I'm thankful for Spring, and I'm thankful for Google for giving me that toolkit that helped me to bounce back whenever there were problems arising. And that's why I wanted you to know that in terms of, even if you fail, entrepreneurship is amazing actor journey. It helps you to bounce back, but you have to be focused and you have to move fast. Because if you don't move fast and if you're not focused, then others will eat you up on that. So that's kind of my learning. And also be very patient with being, having the concept of failure. And as we tell our users as well, that it's okay to ask for help. So our users also ask us for help, and we do too as a team as well. So I think that's all I have for today.